A man is walking through a zoo in Thailand, and he's enjoying the scenery and all the beautiful animals. And then all of a sudden, he comes across a big, giant elephant attached to a pole about this big, and a man on a bench sitting next to him. And he kind of walks up and he's like, "Is that safe?" The man said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "That elephant, like, it can rip through that steak in a heartbeat and like stampede. Like, are you crazy?" And the man said, "Oh, that's not going to happen. Don't worry about it." And the guy looked at him and he said, "What do you mean it's not going to happen? That elephant's gigantic. That little steak is not going to hold that elephant in place." The man said, "Trust me, that elephant isn't going anywhere." And he said, "Well, how can you say that?" He said, "Simple." He goes, "That steak that's holding the elephant, that's the same steak that's been holding that elephant since he's a baby. That elephant has no idea of his own strength. He just knows that he can't move that steak. So he can grow up, he can get bigger. He's never going anywhere because in his head, he believes that steak's holding him in place." What does that tell us, right? That's our belief systems, right? We have belief systems. We grow up, things are said to us, or people tell us things. It could be a teacher, a guidance counselor, a parent, a grandparent, a sibling, a friend, our environment. Something tells us that we're not capable of this, or we are capable of that, right? And we adopt a belief system. And some of them are good belief systems because they're positive, and some of them are bad belief systems. But the bottom line is, once you believe it, it doesn't matter. If you continue to believe it, you're going to live it, right? So if you want to change certain things about your life, sometimes you got to just change belief systems about yourself, right? If every kid that has a special need was told you have special needs, so you're not going to be as successful as these other kids, they never would be. You know how many kids have special needs, have just gone and blown the roof off of what they're capable of and are extremely successful because people believed in them from the beginning. Nobody ever told them, "Oh, you can't do that." I mean, there's a gentleman, I think if you Google him, he's Australian. There's a gentleman with no arms, no legs. Okay, he's a motivational speaker. There's the happiest guy in the world. All right, this man has literally a torso and a head. But his parents, everybody said, "It doesn't matter. This isn't going to keep you from getting what you want." And this guy can do just about everything that we can do. Yes, there's limitations because there's physical limitations. But for the most part, this man is successful and happy and is living a wonderful life because he chose to, because people believed in him, which in turn made him believe in himself. Nobody ever said to him, "You can't do that. You don't have any arms. You can't do that. You don't have any legs." Nobody ever said that. So he never grew up believing that. So he adopted these positive belief systems and has done amazing things. It's just like the elephant. It could be anything. It could be a bull fenced in. Well, if that bull is fenced in since it's a little calf, that bull can knock that fence right down. But that bull's not going to, because when it was a little baby calf, it couldn't get past the fence. So it just says, "Oh, I can't get past the fence. I'm not going to." So your belief systems are so important. So if you have a belief system that you know isn't serving you, you need to reflect on it and you need to think about it. Is there a better belief system I need to adopt? Especially teenagers, they struggle with self-esteem. They struggle with fitting in. It's so important to look at themselves and try to understand your kids' belief systems. Think about what you say to your kids, Doesn't mean tell them they're going to be great at everything, because if you do that, that's going to harm them too, because then the bubble's going to burst and the thing that they thought they were really great at and they find out they're not so great at, that's going to hurt pretty bad, right? But there's so many things that our kids go through that sometimes in the course of being busy as a parent, we say things and we don't think it through all the time, right? It's just like involuntary, it comes out. But we don't realize the impact that can have on our kids. So really, really think about what you say to them and make sure you create positive belief systems for them, because if they grow up with positive belief systems, nothing will stop them from getting what they want. Have an awesome day.